Hi everyone, this is Dr. Beeler. I know some of you have had me in New Horizons, uh, my computer career. You've had me in All Skilled. Uh, God, I forget all the other different places I've worked. Um, I currently work for Cybercraft Training. I am their senior cybersecurity instructor. I love getting to work for Mr. Kraft. I am celebrating 1 full year with him this month, and it's been exciting. And we currently have our brand new Cyber Warrior program that we began end of last year, and I am currently in charge of that. And many of you are now in that program. It's a pleasure to get to talk to you. If you've been with me or you work for one of my former companies, share this, back, what was Educate 360, those guys do. Anyway, all y'all, pass this around. I want all of my IT students, all the IT students I've trained in the past, I want you all, and anybody studying, you haven't had me, if you're studying IT, getting a cert, trying to get into this game, I want to talk to you. It's February 2nd, 2026. I want you to listen to me for just a few moments. I know what you're hearing today, what you've been hearing, and what you're going to hear in the next few months. They're talking about Oracle, they're talking about Larry Ellison, they're talking about AI data, they're talking about all this stuff, how it's going to collapse. We're going to see a market correction. We're going to see all this. You're going to see IT layoffs and all this stuff. This is just, it's what you're going to hear for the next few weeks. You're going to hear this. You're going to hear a couple of really bad things in the market. They're going to talk about layoffs. I want you to listen to me, IT student. I want you to understand what's going on. It has nothing to do with IT. It has nothing to do with our market sector. It has nothing to do with that. They're going to say it does. Jim Hagmoney Kramer is going to say that. Him and his buddy Paul Krugman are going to talk bad about us. I want to talk a little bit about that for just a second. I'm an old person, okay? I've been doing this almost 4 decades. I've been fiddling with this stuff since I was 6. In the 90s, I remember reading Newsweek. I was in study hall at my high school. I went to a private high school there in Columbus, Ohio, and I remember reading in Newsweek about the dot-com bubble. I remember reading a guy I would later understand was Mr. Krugman. I remember all that. I remember how they talked about Gates and Jobs during that era, about all those people. You have to understand what you're up against. Back in that time, they said that IT wasn't going anywhere. They said, okay, we have given money to all these young people, and they talk big about these computers and how they're going to change the world, and now look at what's happened. It's all collapsed, blah, blah, blah. Krugman did that. All those guys did that. Newsweek, everybody trash talked what we were doing. They would say this, that little tiny comment. Well, hopefully in the future, they have that catch-all term so they don't look bad. But the truth is they despised the fact that Gates, that Jobs, and a whole bunch of other young people took money and made an obscene amount of money doing what we do. They resented those guys. And look what's happened. We had a dip, late 90s, and since the onset of this century, it's been a rocket ship. Don't believe me? Go pick any stock chart you want to look at in IT. Almost all of them, 90%, straight up. Those guys were wrong. They're wrong in the 90s and they're wrong now. They despise you because you know how the bots works. You can make that little box work. They can't. They despise you for it. They say nice things to you and I. They need us. but they despise you. And they're trash talking you now. They're trash talking Ellison. They're trash talking AI data centers. And they're doing that for two reasons. One, I want you to understand this. They are doing what's known as a short sell. They are pushing down the stock price artificially by getting everybody to believe it's going to collapse. It's not going to collapse. This stuff's going to shoot right up into the stratosphere. They're trying to push it down so they can buy in. They want you to sell so they can buy. They're buyers. They're buyers. They're buying. They want you to sell. They want you to sell. They want the stock to go down so they can buy it cheap. So they can write it. So they're going to trash talk it until it's down low enough, and then they have bought in, and then they're going to talk good about it. That's when they talk good about something, is when they have bought in. That's all fine and good for Wall Street and all that. But for you, the IT student, you hear that and you're already taking a gamble, and it's hard. It's not easy sitting down reading all the books. I know that. Tell me about it. Okay? I got a stack I gotta do now. It's hard. And you may not have a job, or you don't have a job you want. And this is a risk, and you're forking out money, or the government's forking out money for you, and there's all this stuff, and it's not easy. And then you hear the TV tell you, you hear the LinkedIn, you hear the feed tell you, this is not going to work, it's all going to collapse, blah, 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 there's no jobs. You hear all this junk, and you want to give up. And you get discouraged, and all that junk happens. I want you to listen to me. I've done this for almost 40 years. This stuff isn't going anywhere. This is how the world runs. This is how the world runs. You are learning how this works. You're learning how all of this works. You're learning how the bots works so that you can fix it, so that you can make it happen, so that you can secure it. That's what you're doing. And they don't know how to do that. And they need you. We're going to need you. You are necessary. Okay? Crack that book, student. Do those flashcards. Hit the material. Okay? Study. Do the lab. Write the note. Ask Grok, ChatGPT, whichever one. Ask for a little bit of help. Call me. Put it in the chat roll. Yeah, it's all down there. Just do a chat. Do something. Get help. And study your butt off and pass your cert. Ignore Jim Hag Money Cramer. Ignore him. Ignore him. He's playing a different game. You're not that game. This is a whole different... He's helping his buddies push the stock down so they can buy in, so he can buy in, and it can go back up. That's the game. You're not playing that game. You're trying to get the cert so you can pull the cable. Why? Because the guy who pulls the cable makes the money. The guy that sits at the terminal makes the money. That's what you're doing this for. So calm down and study. All the stuff going on is not about you. It's not about what's real. It's about other things. I keep trying to tell you guys, there's other things going on. There's guys trying to get the stock down. There's guys that resent you, that you make the bots work. A couple more things, and I'll let you all go. Listen, I flew down to see my fiance. Hopefully we can get this done. And when I flew down flew down to Ecuador, and I went through Houston, I went through Bogota, and I spent a couple months in Ecuador. Everyone, every human being, from the richest to the literal dirt poor kid, the kid that's living in the dirt, had one of these. You can talk today to any individual you want to talk to because of this. Okay? All the stuff that makes this work is what you're studying. That's what you're doing. You're learning how to touch the very fabric of our civilization that makes it work. That's what you're studying, so that you can be a part of the grand enterprise of humanity. Of course, there's going to be a job for you. Of course, you're going to get to do something. But you got to study. You got to understand how it all works. You have to understand what RAM is. You have to understand what the OSI model is. You have to understand how an SIEM works. I was just screwing around with my Snort installation just yesterday and playing with the rule set, getting pulled pork and my oink code and all the goofy stuff, getting all that set up. You won't know what that stuff is if you don't study. You gotta study. Knowledge gives you access. You just gotta study. Please, student, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whichever place you're studying with, I don't care. Okay, I love my team. Okay, I'm with Mr. Craft, Cybercraft Training. Show up. We'll get you certified. Okay, if you work your butt off, I'll take you through my hacking courses. Okay, it's cool. I got a whole bunch of stuff coming too, a bunch of new stuff. I'm working on this. I wish I could show you. It's super secret squirrel stuff. I love this stuff. Okay, working on it for Mr. Craft. You have to study. One day, yeah. Does all this stuff go magmats? Yeah. Okay? We all know that. In about a year or so, we're going to be embroiled in some goofy war. We all know that. Maybe it's 2 or 3 years out. I don't know. Life is hard, and then you die. I had a person tell me that every week. He would say, Lou, life is hard, and then you die. Then you died on me. You got to keep these things in perspective, folks. You're doing this for a reason. You're studying so that you can contribute. You contribute, and you are rewarded for that contribution. And that makes your existence on this rock better than what you have now. Okay? That's what I offer. I offer making this existence for you better. Okay? If you want to talk about what happens after all this, that's a different class. Okay? We got to do a different thing. Okay? I don't do that here. Okay? We got to do it somewhere else. What I do here is I help you better your existence today. That's what I do. Don't worry about Mag Max. Don't worry about when this all goes sideways. Don't worry about that. There'll be something for you to do there. Maybe you'll be part of, recreating civilization. I don't know. The point is, you gotta hit the book now, kid. You gotta crack the book. You gotta take the flashcard. You gotta write the note. You gotta hammer that stuff. You gotta do the lab. Okay? If you do, you pass. It's just putting the information up here and then loading it into the back here. This is where long-term storage is. It's connected to language, okay? To get it back there, you gotta rep it out. You can't just read it once and voila, you know it. It doesn't work like that, okay? You gotta rep that, Okay? Are there some people on the other side of the bell curve that can manage it? Okay, great. That's not you. It's not you. You're the norm. I'm the lower end. I gotta rep it more than you. I'm not smart. I tell you guys this all the time. I'm not. I rub shoulders with smart people. Okay? I'm not smart. I'm an idiot. I just rep it more than you. Rep. Okay? I wish I could sit down on the bench and now like Arnold. I don't. Okay? I gotta rep that sucker. I gotta rep it just like you do. Reps. Hit the flashcards. Study. If you do, you pass your cert. If you pass your cert, you get the job. They'll hire you. And there will be jobs. Ignore Jim Hagmoney Kramer. Ignore Paul Krugman. Ignore all those guys. They're not talking to you. They're talking to the other people. They're talking to those people. You and I make this work. This is not going anywhere. This is to think about that. It's not going nowhere. This is necessary to existence, folks. We need it, okay? You're making it all work. So go study it, okay? Relax. Go study this, okay? And share this to all the other kids that are getting discouraged. Sit your butt down, study, and go take your exam, okay? All of you, okay? And I'll see you out there.